Hello guys, it's Mr. Lone Wolf here, and today I wanted to go through 10 beginner tips for Blackout to improve your chances. But just quickly, a bonus one while it's on the screen. When you jump out the helicopter, always drop straight down to build your speed up. You can see your speed on the right hand side of the screen. When you get to about 70 miles an hour, you can start leveling off. It will get you wherever you're heading, it doesn't matter, it will get you there quicker. If you use the height of the helicopter drop to try and travel across the map, you'll end up landing on the floor 30 seconds odd after everybody else, and obviously they've already had time to pick weapons up, so yeah, always head down first. So anyway, I'll get stuck right in. These are in no particular order, because obviously it's different strokes for different folks, so what could be important to someone may be common knowledge to the next guy, but as long as you're doing all these things, then it should improve your chances. So number one, when you land, always try and find a weapon first. I know it might sound obvious, but I know I certainly did at the start when I was landing. I'd just pick up the nearest thing to me and work around the room I'm in, but obviously if someone else has landed pretty close to you, that's going to be all the time they need to shoot you while you're picking up a Molotov or something. So yeah, always aim for a weapon first. Obviously if no one's around you, then you can always just nip back and grab whatever it is you ran past, but if someone is there, you'll have the best chance of shooting them before they have a chance to do anything back. Number two, if you happen to land where the circle shrinks, then obviously that's good. You can pretty much sit by and wait for drifters to come along and you can pick them off. But I've tended to find if I have to head inwards to the circle, it's best to try and keep the closing blue circle fairly close to your back, because the chances are then there's nobody behind you, so you've only got to watch light in front of you and to sort of the left and the right. But one thing to remember with this is obviously depending where you are in relation to the white circle, the blue line closes at different speeds. So I got caught out by this not too long ago, because in however many games I played, 30 games or something, the blue circles never travelled faster than me. And then obviously one time I was the exact opposite of the white circle I needed to get to, so where the blue closing circle was to me, it was travelling a lot faster than me, and it caught me out basically. I died to a guy, but it was because I was rushing to try and get to where the white circle was. Number three, try to get, if you can, a long range weapon, and then obviously a medium to close range weapon, but preferably try to avoid shotguns, because if it's the first weapon you land next to, it is worth picking up, because if you're going to have a fight in the next 30 seconds, the chances are it's going to be very close range. But after that, swap it out for the longest range weapon you can get really, and then like a nice SMG or an assault rifle for mid to close range. And that should give you your best chances. Obviously if you see someone long distance, an assault rifle is just not accurate enough, and you end up alerting everyone to where you are. One sniper shot going off is, people might hear it, but they really could do with hearing more than one shot to try and work out where it is you are. Number four is obviously use buildings and cover in general to your advantage. So instead of just running, like, to be honest, you can see on screen right now I'm just running down the road. That's not really a good idea. I was trying to get that truck because the circle is about to close in on me. Yeah, so either wherever you're running, if you're running through the woods, obviously just keep moving from tree to tree and stuff like that. Try not to run on open roads, and that's about it really. Just maximise your cover. Number five is not to forget to use your consumables. I was doing this at the start. I was picking up a lot of like Paranoia and Dead Silence and a couple of the good ones. And to be honest, I kept thinking, oh, I'll save it to the end, I'll save it to the end, and never even remembered. A lot of them do last quite a while. I think some are as low as 2 minutes, but some are as high as 5 minutes. So obviously it depends game to game. If you're lucky, you might get a long game, but the chances are if you equip them, they will come in handy in the next 2 to 5 minutes. Number six. Preferably, the best thing I've found for equipment is a 9-bang or at least a concussion grenade. If you can find one of them and save it till near the end, it's definitely be to your advantage. The first game I ever won of Blackout was, obviously it was down to me and the last guy, and I knew where he was in a building, and I threw a 9-bang in there, and that gave me all the time in the world to just walk in and gun him down. I didn't have to like try and skid in and use cover at all mad. It was a bit of an easy win, but like by that point, because I had the equipment I needed. Number 7 is drive an unpredictable path on a quad, and even when you're running, kind of drift from side to side a little bit, because obviously if someone's close to you it's not really going to make much difference, but if there's a sniper watching you from quite a long way away, if you're running in a nice straight line, you can kind of line his shot up and predict where you're going to be. If you're wiggling around all over the place, the chances are the sniper's just going to leave you to it, because he also knows he doesn't want to fire 10 shots himself and attract too much attention, because then obviously he's going to have someone closing in on him while he's trying to shoot you. So I've certainly noticed it myself, where I've obviously seen someone running in the distance that has no idea I'm there, but just because they're taking some irregular path, I just think, yeah, sod it, let them go, and I'll catch up with them next time, but I'm not going to tell everybody where I am. On the screen, just quickly, by the way, it's no particular game, it was just an epic fail of a game of me trying to find some bloody health, and for whatever reason, everywhere I drove there was a person everywhere, so I couldn't ever stop, and obviously you'll see how it ends. Not too pleased, but it was funny. I have to just say on a quick note, it feels like it's picking the pace up as the days go on. I think more people playing it are getting a bit braver, which is nice. I like it. I've got no problem with dying, as long as kind of the action's rolling and things are happening. Then that's yeah, I like it. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. You'll see now, by the way, quickly, when I'm on the quad, I'll start wiggling around everywhere, and it saves me quite a few times. Anyway, sorry, number 8. Always be careful of a third-person shooter trying to shoot you. So what I mean is, obviously, when you get in a firefight with somebody, you get all focused in on that, but there could be 2, 3, 4, etc. other people in the close vicinity that are going to hear your gunshots going off, and then they're going to start closing in on you. So always be wary of that. Like, I've seen it happen I've been saved a few times by it, really. Obviously that's one thing to do. If someone is shooting at you and you can get to cover, then even if you can keep trying to poke your head out a little bit and try and bait some more shots out of them, because every time you get them to release a few shots, obviously there's more chance of that happening. In that my first Blackout win video, that actually near the end of that I get saved, where I ran behind a tree, and because I kept kind of ducking a few shots out of him, he ended up getting taken out by someone else just in time for me to heal and sort myself out. Number 9 is obviously pay close attention to gunfire noises around you. The best thing to do is, obviously, really you need a headset for this, but they're pretty cheap. I'm using right now a £5 headset off eBay, and it works perfectly fine. It makes hearing where the gunshots are coming from a piece of piss, basically. And the best thing to do if you hear a bit of gunfight is just sort of turn your character from left to right a bit, and obviously you'll hear the noise change in your headphones, and you can pretty quickly work out where they're coming from. So that's pretty nice and easy. And then number 10 basically is just relax, take it easy, and remember it's a game. Obviously it can get frustrating at some times, but you're not going to win them all, certainly not in Blackout, because there's such an element of luck to it. You've got 87 other people that are going to land in random places you have no control over. You don't know what weapons you're going to land next to or not. You don't know what health you're going to get, like exactly what's happening to me now. I was hoping there was a guy in that truck so I could shoot him and nick his stuff, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, and that's it. Enjoy yourself. If you die, obviously brush it off, go straight back in, and your day will come. And that's about it, really. You're about to watch the conclusion to my attempt to get health, and that's it. I'll leave the video with that, and I'll be back soon. Thanks a lot.